Yo, what's up, scholars? How y'all doing? It's good to see y'all, man. I'm glad you guys are participating as best you can with the reviews. So, also in Myrtle Jean says hi. But anyway, I figured I'd put a video out for this first part. And if you guys continue to have problems, just let me know so we can, get some better understanding, man. But thank you guys for participating. So let's look at it right now, man. Number one. Okay, so it says, what is the value of the expression if z is equal to 5? Okay, so we're substituting z for number 5. And so we rewrite it as 5 to the third power minus 5. 5 to the third power minus 5. So we know that 5 to the third power is 5 times 5 times 5, which equals 25 times 5, which equals 125. And then we bring down the minus 5. 125 minus 5 equals 120. So that's why that one is letter D. Okay. Number 2. All right, I'm trying to do this with one hand and, oops. All right, whatever. So let's look at number 2. Okay. So number 2 says, what is the value of the expression when A is 2 and B is negative 3? So we have 5A minus 3B. And all we're doing is substituting what A is. So we have to put it in parentheses whenever we're substituting. So 5 times 2 minus 3 times negative 3. Okay, so 5 times 2 is 10. And then negative 3, this is becoming it's a negative 3 because it's associated with the 3. So the symbol goes with the number. So that's why it's negative 3 times negative 3 equals positive 9. Remember, a negative times a negative is a positive. And so 10 plus 19, or 10 plus 9 equals 19. So that's why that one is C. Okay. So far, so good. And you could pause the video at any time so you can, go through the steps. But right now it should be pretty simple. Number 3. Okay. So let me scroll down a little bit. Number 3. So it says, what is the value of the expression when M equals 7 and N equals negative 11? So we're going to rewrite the problem. Okay, negative 8M minus N. Okay, so now we have negative 8 times 7 minus, and then N is negative 11. See how I wrote that? So minus N. And since N is negative 11, it can't still be that minus sign that tells us what we need to do, okay? So negative 8 times 7 is 56. Negative 56. Okay, and since we have this minus here, whenever you see that minus like that next to the parentheses, just imagine it as being 1. Okay? And so we have now is negative 1 times negative 11, which gives us a positive 11. And now we subtract negative 56 plus 11. The signs are different. That's why we subtract. And we keep the sign of the bigger number, which is 56. So 56 minus 11 is 45, but it's going to be negative 45. So that's why it's A. Negative 45. Okay? All right, number 4. Again, you can pause the video at any time if you need help with anything, just to redo it or try it on your own or whatever. Number 4. What is the value of the expression when R equals 2/3 and S equals negative 2? So the problem is negative 9 R minus 4S plus 3. Sorry, I'm getting all these emails. So when we rewrite it, we have to put it in parentheses like we've been doing. So we have -9 in parentheses. Sorry, I'm just getting distracted. Okay, so -9, and then in parentheses we have 2/3. So when you rewrite it, it should look like this: 2/3 minus 4 times, and then s is going to be -2 plus 3. Okay, that's what it should look like. And here, any number by itself is what? Right, always over 1. So we put that there, and then we say 3 fits into itself once, into 9 3 times. So now we have -3. -3 times 2 gives us -6. And then right here we have -4 times -2. And that's going to give us a +8. Okay? See, because the -4, it stays. It's not -4 times a -2. It's going to be -4 times a -2. So the -4 goes with it. That's why I call it -4 minus 2. So that's why we got +8. Negative times a positive. A negative times a negative is a positive. And then we bring down our +3. So as we learned from our rules for PEMDAS, I can do this left to right. It doesn't matter. I could do +3, 8 plus 3, and get 11, and then subtract 6 from it. Or I could do -6 plus 8. That's going to give me 2 plus 3 equals 5. And that's why the response to that one is B. Okay? So if you need help, I don't think we should need help with 5 and 6. I think for the most part, everybody pretty much got those correct. 5 and 6, right? Where we had to use the graph. So remember, we go over to the left first, left or right first, and then up and down second. Okay? So I'm going to bypass 5 and 6. So we could take a look at 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay? Or 7 and 8. All right, so number 7. Okay? Sorry, guys, it's my allergies, but I'm fine. No corona on me. Anyway, so we have -2a plus 14. So if we rewrote that, it would look like -2, and then in parentheses, -12 plus 14. So -2 times -12 equals +24. Right? Equals +24. Negative times a negative is a positive. Plus 14 equals 38. And 38 is letter D. Okay? All right. Number 8. All right. So we have number 8. And we're going to rewrite it. 4F plus 3G minus 13. Okay? Focus. Okay. So 4 times -1 or -1 plus 3 times 6 minus 13. So all I've done was just supplement what the variable says for the number and put that in there. That's all I've done. Okay, so -4 times -1 is -4 plus 3 times 6 is 18 minus 13. Okay, so again, you could go left to right. Whatever you want to do, it doesn't matter. So for me, I'm just going to take 18 minus 13, and that's going to give me 5. And then plus -4. See, remember right here, our signs are different. We have +5 and then -4. So I'm going to subtract and keep the sign of the bigger number, and that's going to give me 1. And that's why that one is A. Okay? All right, we're almost done, guys. So number 9. I think this will be the last one then, because if we need, you know, we could talk about number 10, but number 9. Okay, so we're going to rewrite it. 7 and then x is 2. So 7x minus y to the 5th power plus 8. Okay, so now I'm going to rewrite it. 7 parentheses 2 minus, right? And since y is -1, we have to put it in parentheses, -1 to the 5th power plus 8. Okay, so now we could do 7 times 2 is 14 minus, but this right here, remember that's like a plus, right? So almost like a 1 here. So -1 times -1 is +1. And since 1 to the 5th power is the number, 1 times 5, 1 times itself 5 times is going to be 1. That's why it's +1 plus 8. Okay, so now we have 14 plus 1 or 8 plus 1, whichever direction you want to go. 14 plus 1 is 15 plus 8 is 23. And that's why that one is D. Okay. Okay, so yeah, 11 minutes, man, it's a long time, but hopefully this gives you some clarity on, this review for today. If you need any help, please hit me up. All right. Miss you, love you. Peace.